do the function. Nope. I don't fuck with the fuck shit. Throwing on my dummy fit. Fuck it. I'ma pop out. Welcome back to your second favorite YouTuber. I am J Shep Reacts. Let's get into this video right here. We had already watched a video about this TikToker. You know, he was a fitness influencer or whatever. He ended up getting dropped by Rise Protein, whatever the hell that was. And yeah, because he was doxing people on TikTok. So yeah, this is a video by Maury. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Maury. If you're a regular viewer, you already know we rock with Maury around here. Title of the video is Performative Male TikToker Exposed for SA. I'm going to go ahead and like that. And if you are new here or if you are a recurring viewer, please go ahead and like and comment. It really does help push the video out to the algorithm more. And yeah, if you're new here, subscribe. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get into this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, massive crazy stories today. Looks like Scottykfitness, popular TikToker who's in the fitness industry, just got exposed.
Bro, this mustache is nightmare fuel. You can't convince me otherwise. Like just once again, imagine getting chased by a man with this mustache. The mustache covers the man's whole entire mouth, bro. Like that mustache is like how, you know how like a snail has their shell, like that's like that's him with that mustache. Like he needs that shit. Otherwise he just gonna look like a goddamn slug.
For SA in his former life before changing his name. And ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta say that I am not shocked in the least. I will say allegedly though, for legal and liability reasons, as I do not want to get sued. However, I will be showing you this video here from creator GoobU2, who did a little investigation into Scotty in his former life as a security guard or police officer at some college campus where he was allegedly creeping on some of the girls. And in another situation where he allegedly grabbed a woman by her neck and forced her head towards his crotch.
Yo.
I know, shocking stuff. Let's get into it.
So there's one problem with being famous, but in your past life, you were a huge piece of shit. No matter what you think you've changed, or no matter how you've tried to alter your appearance or maybe your name, you can never outrun the shit that you did. Scottykfitness, also known as Matt Kramer, welcome to the show.
So Matt Kramer was his original name before he changed it to Scotty. And the running theory is that, well, he had a regular job in 2020 of which he departed from, blew up 5 years later, knew that this case was still out there, this information was out there, panicked and knew that he had to change that name or else the inevitable would happen. And by the way, before we go any further, I just gotta say, he did it to himself. Again, he went on to dox a random ass commenter making fun of his mustache and saying he looked like the gay guy from Ozark, and another guy for making fun of his mustache, and then he mocked him, basically saying that's why you're paralyzed from the chest down. Like, guy, you made a mountain out of a molehill, you dissected and doxed other people, and now the same thing is happening to you, and your career is pretty much done.
Literally, and I literally said that in the last video. Like, his fans basically started doing the same exact thing to him what he was doing to that other guy, because it was just so unnecessary. All over a joke like that. Like I get it. You know, once again, though, it's like on the internet, it's like, bro, nobody's, you know, nobody's for real trying to do nothing. Like, they're not trying to actively, like, come meet up with you and fight you or kill you. You know, well, let me not say nobody, but, like, you know, average person, they're not doing that. People are just on the internet. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. So the fact that he gave two of those guys the time of day, it just didn't make any sense, bro. And then the fact that old dude made a whole entire video doxing old dude, it was just so silly, bro. It was just so weird, bro.
Had headlines recently for just kind of being a douchebag. He made fun of a disabled person. He got canceled. Rise let him go. But I'm here to tell you, he's going to relish and miss the times when we were shitting on him for just that. Because Scotty has a dirty secret. You see this safe space on his bio is quite misleading because Scotty was actually born Matthew Scott Kramer. This is his birth certificate.
And as you can see here, the document that Goob is showing on screen, it says in the district court and for Tulsa County, state of Oklahoma, of which he is from, it says in the matter of the application of Matthew Scott Kramer for a change of name to Scotty Knox Flynn. So he basically changed his entire name and kept some variation of his middle name, Scott, and used it as Scotty, as to avoid detection from any documents or personal records relating to his old life. Very, very sneaky on your part, Scotty.
Now, Scotty, also known as Matt, told the judge that he was changing his name because he didn't like his family's name and wanted to change it for that reason. But I have a different theory as to why Scotty changed his name to Scotty from Matt. And it has to
I don't know. That's so weird. Like, you want to change your name. Like, okay, changing your first name, cool. Dude wanted to change his first, middle, and last name. Like, huh? Like, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, I could understand if it was like, oh, like, I need to change my name legally because of my past, dealing with, like, people are trying to track me down and this and that. You know, I'm under, you know, danger. Like, I'm in danger type shit. But if that was the case, you would be in witness protection. So, I don't know, man.
This complaint filed against him in the ongoing investigation that occurred for when he was an officer at a school. You see, Mr. Safe Space was an officer at a school. However, he was allegedly telling students that he started an OnlyFans for extra money and made inappropriate statements about females that were walking 25 feet in front of him.
That is crazy. I just gotta say, holy Scott is actually cooked. He's fried. Chicken fried rice stirred fried with a hot ass wok and all. So in this document that I'm quickly going to go through, it says on June 1st, 2021, I spoke with Censored and she was informed of my receipt of the complaint and that an investigation was being initiated. So I'm going to assume this may be the victim here or someone, a coworker, who knows. Additionally, it says investigation of complaints. The investigators shall contact the complainant and inform them that they are beginning an investigation into the complaint and to obtain any further information if needed. And it says investigative scope, police policy, professional conduct and complaints and discipline. 1, conduct unbecoming of an officer. Officers and employees are expected to behave and act as any prudent person in their same position would be expected to act and behave, of which Scotty was not. And they say under the scope of this investigation, he was engaging in inappropriate conversations to or could be heard by other officers, faculty, staff, or students. They also say the typed letter read that Officer Kramer used offensive language from December 2020 until present day. This letter was not signed. Officer Kramer allegedly made inappropriate statements about a newscaster by saying he wanted to, and I quote, sticking it in her butt, end quote. Officer Kramer allegedly shared information about his past sexual experiences with his ex-girlfriend and spoke to TCC employees about his past relationships and cheating on his wife 35 times. Wow, Scotty, you're a naughty guy. Kramer was also on Facebook trying to find a female student that he seen in the academic building that wasn't wearing a bra. Oh boy. Again, very naughty, Scotty. Kramer allegedly spoke with a female student life employee about him starting an OnlyFans account for extra money and made an inappropriate statement about a female student that was walking about 25 feet in front of him. So yeah, buddies, again, another performative male down. So much for that.
Hey man, it's like I said, you can tell off rip the stash. The stash lets you know everything that you need to know. You see somebody's mustache and they mustache look like this, that's not a guy you want to be around. Trust.
Safe space, huh?
Pause and hold to read this. But even his fellow officers all say that he makes them uncomfortable and that he says multiple and many off-color things about females in the presence of the other officers. And this is such a big problem that it made its way into an investigation and a complaint lodged against him.
And I'm going to read this part of the document here as well. It says here, me. So whoever I suppose is writing this document says, can you tell me about Officer Kramer and any of the issues that you may be aware of? And then Eubanks says, young Officer Kramer came to us in September, has a lot of rough edges. Probably the biggest issue Officer Kramer has is his inability to not talk. So basically, he talks too much. I've heard his fellow officers, his co-workers, complain about some of the comments he makes in their presence. The comments are off-color type comments that are not directed towards the officers, but directed towards faculty, staff, and students. I'm not sure. They haven't been made in my presence, obviously, but it causes them concern, and they have voiced those concerns. And guys, if your fellow male officers are getting to the point to where they're that uncomfortable to where they report you, which a lot of male officers, through locker room talk, guys, we make edgy jokes all the time. If you're that type of guy to where other guys have to now report you, then buddy, you're doing too much. It also says Lieutenant Blank and I have talked about it, and we have been watching very closely, have been advising the officers if they see anything or they have any faculty, staff, or student that are upset to the point that they wish to make a complaint, to let us know, and we would field the inaudible due to BWC beeping. So they censored something here, and we would get it all documented. So they were having a low-key investigation into Scotty without him even knowing, basically. And then later at the bottom part of this document from the person writing or within this recorded interview, it says, me, based on the information you have, are they kind of a sexual content? Then Eubanks says, yes, it's kind of off-color towards female students or staff. Again, I'm not sure it's where Officer Kramer apparently sees somebody walking and while in the presence of another officer makes some kind of comment about that female. Okay. And guys, apparently this all happened at the Tulsa Community College Metro Campus in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Scotty is apparently from.
This investigation.
So, okay, at first I thought this was, he did say school. He didn't say high school. I thought he was saying high school because I was like, dude, he's fucking disgusting. But he is still disgusting. Like, he's clearly like a predator. If that's the case, he's still like a fucking predator, bro. So fucking weird, bro. The dude's weird. And like I said, once again, the mustache will tell you everything you need to know. Dude is a weirdo.
Was eventually closed, and it was closed because Scotty just quit. It says here that he was so pissed off that they were questioning him that he just said, I quit, and left. And then about 4 or 5 years later, he got really popular on social media and probably thought, damn, that's out there. People know who Matt Kramer is. Gotta change my name. Unfortunately, the bad stories about Matt don't stop there. This is a personal account from a woman that met him at a jiu-jitsu gym. She personally testified that he held her down by her throat. And
I'm gonna read the message. Yes, told me multiple times with his military background that he couldn't have me killed and no one would know he was connected. I'm a female jiu-jitsu instructor that helps out with women's self-defense seminars, and to test me, he held me down by my throat and told me how he could kill me right then, and it would be easy for him to get away with it because of his police background. And that's exactly, like, once again, how Maury was saying, it's like the fact that, like, your own police officers, fellow police officers on that school campus felt so uncomfortable about the stuff that you were saying that they reported you. And there's a good amount of, piece of shit officers that are saying some shit that he's saying probably too. But the fact that it's so bad that his own fellow police officers are reporting him. Like, that just goes to show you. It's just like, come on, bro. And then some shit like this, I 100% believe that he did this shit. I 100% believe it. It's like I said, it just doesn't make, like, dude literally said he was a bounty hunter as well before, and that's why he was able to dox those 2 guys or whatever on TikTok. It's like, bro, like, how do you, like, why do that? Why even take your past skills from your previous job? And right here too, he's doing this here too. Oh, my military background. Oh yeah. I could kill you right now. What are you gonna do about it? No one's gonna believe I had anything to do with it either, because I'm police. I have a police background, and I have a military background as well. Like, so it's just like, bro, I don't know. It's like I said, dudes like him, like I would not want to be around some dude like that, bro.
Told her how he could kill her right there, and it would be easy for him to get away with it because of his police background.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Another performative male
He's a
down. I just
psychopath.
gotta say, why are performative males who legit pander for a living and claim to have safe spaces and to be champions of women's rights always caught with a history of either SA or abuse or both against women, the same ones they're championing for? I mean, it's gotta be some kind of projection, right? Some kind of compensation, overcompensation to try and come off as the good guy, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. Let me know.
I don't know if you guys qualify that as a safe space, but I certainly don't. Well, Scotty, it looks like you have something else to make a groveling bullshit apology video for. But let's be real. You've been sitting in that chair all week, wondering when we would find it.
Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all, my bad.
Shit. Time to see yourself out of the
Let's
fitness
run it
shit.
real
Time to. But let's be real. You've been sitting in that chair all week, wondering when we would find this shit. Time to see yourself out of the fitness industry, buddy. Your shit's cooked.
Well, shout out to Rise for dropping him and, you know, taking the right approach by not risking their brand with a person like this. Like, hey, honestly, I can't say I'm shocked. And now people are saying the Scotty files are coming out. What am I missing? What happened? This you with a, wow, dropping of this court document, or not court document, but the document from the college campus in Oklahoma. Someone else said the people who act the nicest always got the worst secrets. Yeah, we've time and time again, that's been proven right. I'm Alex for one. Someone else said Scotty files before they released the Epstein files. I don't know. I think they literally just dropped it like a few days ago. Another person said he was one of my favorite creators. Such a disappointment. Shake my head. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say stop investing all your emotional investment in any creator. You don't know these people. As a creator myself, who's engaged with many creators behind the scenes, I'm telling you, stop doing that. Honestly, your best bet is just to, you know, if you like their content, support the merch, the music, or whatever else. Keep it at that, keep it base level, and that's that. That's it. It is what it is. And especially for guys like this who overcompensate with the whole nice guy act or the whole championing for the current popular thing act. Listen, bro, you already know the red flags. You see it time and time again. It is what it is. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Thoughts and opinions down below. The grift continues.
Hey, man. Like, I've been told y'all from that last vid. Nightmare fuel. Mustache. Okay? Mustache alone is the reason why I wouldn't want to be around that guy. I cannot be around a guy that is walking around with a motherfucking Swiss roll on his goddamn on his goddamn upper lip, bro. But I'm like, okay, all jokes aside though, like for real though, you know, like I said, look, what I am saying is true though. I really would not want to be around that dude. But it's just so crazy to me. It's like, dude, like, you're weird. You're fucking weird. Like, and then you go to change your name to try to cover it up. The fact that you did all this other shit, and then like I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. And then you quit your job because you're being accused of, you know, the sexual shit that you're saying and doing and stuff like that on the campus. You know, like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, come on. It's just almost apparent. It's like, oh wait, what? Y'all are accusing me of this? Fuck this job. But I don't know, man. Dude is just stupid, bro. I don't know. I'm glad he's getting exposed. That's what you get. Mind you, he would have got off scot-free, no pun intended, if he wouldn't have doxed that one. Well, the one dude in the comments, he would have, you know, this probably wouldn't have been all that crazy. It's the fact he made a whole video about the other dude. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyways, go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn notification bell. Listen to my music, allcash8.chef. Follow me at IamJShep3 on Instagram and TikTok. And stay on the channel, binge watch some vids. You know what I'm saying? Got over 100 plus videos. And I love you, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. And until next time, deuces.